Welcome to Learning CSS by Pact Publishing. My name is Ben Falla. Why do you want to know CSS? And let's start off that this title is for anyone that is interested in learning CSS. Ideally, have a little bit of background in HTML, not mandatory, but definitely encouraged. You don't need to have any background in CSS. If you have a bit, that's completely fine as well. This title is about empowering you to know how to create beautiful designs using CSS. We're going to walk through 8 separate chapters. This is a very big title that covers everything you need to know about CSS to start creating your own website. What's inside of it? We have your 8 sections, and we're going to start with the basics. In section 1, we're going to define the first rules, understand what CSS is, and see how it works. Right away on our second section, we're going to start playing with CSS selectors, and we're going to understand how could we basically define different elements and how could we tell them to change the way they look like. On the third section, we're going to start throwing color into everything, and we're going to make sure that everything is colored beautifully. And in the fourth section, we're going to start controlling our elements, making sure that we could see all the different ways we could tell different items on the screen that we want it to look in a certain way. In our fifth section, we're going to learn about sizes in general and how could we size things, which will lead us into the next section, our sixth section. And in it, we're going to learn about layout in general and how does our elements that we're creating in HTML and CSS, how do they relate to the overall layout that's on the page? In our seventh section, we're going to take our attention back into elements, but this time we're going to focus on text. And we're going to learn everything you really need to know about how to manipulate and control text in HTML and CSS. And we're going to wrap things up with content manipulation, and that's when we take CSS and from outside of it, we actually control the way the elements are looking. So again, we're going to start off from a very, very basic look. We're going to start literally from just an HTML page with no CSS, and we'll progress and basically learn how to create different boxed content. We're going to learn how to create a size to it. We're going to learn how to put multilingual elements inside. We'll learn how to highlight stuff using CSS. We're also going to learn how to create a footer that's going to sit in its place and not move. Throughout the section, we'll learn also about how to define our content to be in a certain size and how to make sure that every character is uppercase in our titles, for example. How could we manipulate the text itself? How could we have our footer all in the bottom? How could we have a background that's made out of pattern? How do you work with images in CSS? So many things that we're going to cover. And in our last section, we're going to also talk about how do we manipulate content dynamically. As you can see here, section 2, this is actually dynamically written in CSS. This is not actually text. This is our text, but this is actually defined in a CSS rule. And so is our 2.1. You see, it's not even selectable. It has been created in CSS, and we're going to learn how could we do this and when could we work with this. It's a really exciting title, and by the end of this title, you're going to have everything you need to basically create your own websites, and you're going to know all the different intricacies and all the different details and levels that you just need to know to be able to work with HTML and CSS, because together, once you know CSS, you'll be able to create really cool sites.